entertainment. There's sort of a way to write for news on either medium that's going to translate. On the social media side, certain core concepts are the same. Certain ways that you can engage with people are the same, but they're very different audiences. You have to talk to them in completely different ways. You have to interact with them in completely different ways. One is, going to enjoy some humor and a little bit of trash talk, and another is really not. So it was a bit of an adjustment for me learning that new audience and understanding that some of the things that we had a ton of success with at G4 weren't necessarily going to translate. Maybe there's a version of it that would, but not every last thing we did. Not every game we would play on like a Facebook page would work. I mean, I think you have to speak to people on a real level. You have to be authentic. Whether that's a voice that is the brand or a voice that is a person. You need to be authentic with people. Make them feel like you're real, like the people that are managing your accounts are real. Or, if you're talent on a show, you need to interact with them and talk to them and make them feel like they're being heard. That's going to engender loyalty and encourage people to continue to interact with you, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're an entertainment company or you're, a humongous brand or whatever it is. I think on social, it's interesting because I would imagine for a lot of companies they stay very rigid and it's very like marketing based and it's just kind of like, here's our message. And you can't do that on social. You have to be having a conversation. You have to talk to them and listen to them and see what they want. And then once you know what they want, the message isn't always about you. I think that's another key thing, is that you can't always make the message about E. For us, it's like, what are the things that our fans want to talk about? Okay, let's identify those things and then talk about them with our fans, as opposed to just talking about ourselves all the time. I think there are ways that we could do some type of gaming initiative with the audience. We'd have to be pretty creative with it, I think, and pretty clever, because there's a lot of people put games out there, and if you don't have the right thing that has that right hook on it, it's not going to matter if it's connected to the brand necessarily. There's got to be all those core gaming mechanics attached to it. That sort of sense of loyalty and an incentive to play and a reason to come back and just fun at the core. A big challenge that in general a lot of television networks are facing is sort of a lot of stuff is going into tablets and phones and sort of these smaller experiences, right? So you have the big TV experience and obviously people are there, but you want to find ways to keep them engaged with your show, keep them from time shifting and using their DVR, fast forwarding through things, or bouncing around in channels. And if there's ways that we can keep them engaged with the show while it's on, and keep them engaged with the show when it's not on a second screen experience, a tablet or an app or a phone app, I think that there's plenty that can be done in that space. The challenge is right now, people are trying to figure out what that is. It's an interesting problem to solve. What can you create that is going to get proper market penetration, that is going to keep people coming back? Can the game be a marketing tool for your show?